how were you able to witness your father before he was a dad? How did this come to pass?
Through the power of imagination?
Gaming!
Through the
power of gaming! David, I have ascended.
Beyond a Super Saiyan?
I have attained the power beyond a Super Saiyan.
We're starting early with the Dragon Ball Z references this week.
You know what you're signing up for here. Either get in or get out.
You sure do.
David, I have ascended beyond the power of a Super Saiyan.
Uh-huh.
I'm part of the new generation.
Whoa. You
Yeah.
you truly have ascended. I'm just here still on Earth, and you are in the heavens playing with God and Jesus.
You mean Mr. Popo and Kami?
Mr.
If we're going with the DBZ theme.
So is
for
Mr.
today.
Popo Jesus?
I think so. He's certainly got the patience of Jesus.
That's very true. He's a very patient man, deal with all these shitty Gokus that come through.
Many shitty Gokus. Different kinds of Gokus.
Got Green Goku. Mm-hmm. You got Son of Goku.
Uh-huh.
Tiny Goku. Bald Goku.
Uh-huh.
Three-eyed Goku.
Angry Goku.
Angry Goku. Yeah.
And then just many other children of Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in the new gen now, David. It's a fresh look. I've ascended. PlayStation 4 who? I don't know her.
PlayStation 4 is dead. They can't come to the phone right now.
We're in a new gen now.
Well, you're there.
I'm there.
I'm still in the rear view. But yeah. I am enjoying it through you.
Do you have any questions now that I'm on the other side of Valhalla? Not the game, but like I've crossed over into God's realm.
Yeah. How is the controller?
Spoiler alert, that's pretty much the coolest thing about the console so far.
That's what I've heard.
The graphics update is cool. I really like playing in 60 frames a second. That's fucking tight. But the controller is much, much cooler than any of the other upgrades.
Does it really make that big of a difference?
It's pretty neat. The vibration is definitely a big part of it, and the force feedback on the triggers is a big deal too. I think the trigger thing is a little bit less cool than the vibrations. I don't know why, but I heard somebody explain over on the not split screen, that's their old name, the Triple Click podcast, that it's essentially like a new tech, right? So the analog vibrations used to be like essentially a half quarter spinning on like a motor to give you vibrations, but this one's like closer to like a shake weight in the sense that like there's a lot more room for it to like vibrate and move.
Okay.
And it really does feel like that. You're here, hold on, before I get too into it. It's Video Game Podtimists and the Optimist Video Game Variety Show, where two best friends talk about the wonderful world of gaming. I'm Chase.
I'm David.
Great. Okay. The vibrations feel like an entirely different thing. Like when you are swinging a sword or shooting something, it's way more responsive to what you're actually doing.
Okay.
And the person who was explaining this on Triple Click, they had said like you can't get the motor spinning fast enough to do like tiny little vibrations, and so more often than not, it's just either on or off.
Sure.
With the rumble in any controller, but this one you can do just like little tiny things, right? So in one of the games, Astro's Playroom, that comes with the PlayStation, it's like your footsteps will vibrate the controller a little bit, and depending on like on what surface you're stepping on, it'll change how it's vibrating. And
well,
I don't know why that's so physically significant. Like I thought like, that's kind of cool, but like nothing crazy, but it's like oddly immersive in a way that I was not expecting it to be.
So more the vibrations than the triggers are cool for you.
I like the triggers. It's cool. Like it's neat to feel some like tension, right? Like when you're playing in Spiderman, you can feel the tension of the web when it like sticks to a building.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's neat. Like there's not a lot of pressure at the beginning right before you've actually like let a web go. And then when you click it far enough, Miles like shoots out web, it connects to the building and you can feel it like pushing a little bit against you. And then when it like breaks or, he let goes, the tension releases. And so it's like this physical representation of something in there. So I don't know if every game's going to do it as well as these first ones are, but it's pretty neat, especially in Demon Souls. I feel like Demon Souls makes pretty good use of it.
Did you get Demon Souls?
I did get Demon Souls.
Nice. Is it good?
It is. Let's. I will talk about that in our games rundown. But before then, David, have you been playing video games?
I have been in the shitty past generation. I'm a non-current boy.
Got those senior citizen sort of video games for you. Old school.
I'm over here in my living room with my fucking senior citizen PlayStation 4. It's losing its memory. Sometimes it just crashes without any reason.
Oh, yeah. Well, so does this one. So that's nothing new.
There you go. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Divinity again, numero uno, still plugging through that game, have no idea when it's going to end, but I feel like we're getting closer.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's quite as beefy as the second game, but it's still pretty damn long.
I'm going to be surprised when one day this podcast doesn't consist of you saying you were playing Divinity in one form or another.
Yeah, no, we play it quite a bit, a bit. So I've been playing that, and I've been playing a lot of Control DLC.
How is this? Is it good?
Yeah, I beat the first one.
Okay.
The Foundation DLC. Good. Wasn't amazing, but it had some good story beats in it. And now I'm playing the second one, which is much more interesting because Alan Wake is featured heavily in it, which is
your boy,
which is cool because we never really got an ending to that story. So I'm curious to see if they're going to end it in this one.
Yeah, sure.
And it's Garen told me it's pretty spooky, and it's pretty spooky. There's a spooky monster in this one.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And yeah, I feel like it's a definite tonal change from the regular story of Control, which was, I wouldn't say it was like scary or creepy. It was more kind of like uneasy.
There's some supernatural shit going on.
Yeah, it's just like kind of just makes you feel, like I said, uneasy is kind of the best way that I could describe it. But this one's like, no, that's scary. That's scary. Yeah, that's spooky.
Spooked you solid a couple times.
So that's been fun to play through. Cool. And then still playing The Witcher.
Sure.
It's just making my way through Skellige now, just being a witchy boy. And I think that's really... I should play a little bit more of Shadow of War. I can't really get into it, I don't think. It's just these Assassin's Creed type games just overwhelm me with things too much.
Yep.
But I think that's everything I've been playing this past week.
Cool. Let's see. So I've got 3 games.
I didn't even ask you. You just jumped into it.
No, I'm going in, baby. We know what's going on.
You know what you want, David. You want me to talk about these games.
Invite me in, David. I want to be invited.
I'm inviting you in. Tell me. What have you been playing?
Oh, yeah. I've been playing 3 games. It's still Valhalla, still there. Now playing on PlayStation 5. I also got Miles Morales, and I got Demon Souls. So I'm bouncing around between those 3.
So you're playing nothing on the Xbox?
I don't even have the Xbox yet. It's coming.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's, I think, like in December or something. So we'll see about that. I'm interested to play Yakuza whenever that shows up. I've heard good things, but not quite yet.
Like a Dragon? Is that the one?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Valhalla's still good. Like I said, the visual upgrade that it got is like there, but I think definitely the biggest upgrade is running all these games in 60 frames a second. Like that feels really, really different and very good. Mm-hmm. I sort of underestimated how buttery smooth that feels, especially on a console. Like, I feel like not all games run particularly well on consoles usually. Mm-hmm. Usually they'll lock it at like 30, and that's fine, but it's really a nice change of pace for all of them to just be running so smooth.
On that big TV screen instead of your little monitor.
Yeah, true.
Different feel.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Valhalla's good. It's gotten a bit bonkers since the last time I talked to you. There's a lot of wild shit going on in it. I think Odyssey sort of saved a lot of the crazy stuff for the DLC, but Valhalla's like, nah, dog, it's time.
Like the sci-fi crazy stuff?
Yeah, a lot of the sci-fi crazy stuff, and just like, yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, the craziness of it, it's cool.
All right, cool.
What else about it? I'm running into a lot of bugs. Last time I said the bugs were kind of fun and funny, and they were, and this time they are a little less fun. There's a couple of like game-breaking bugs.
No.
Ones where like, okay, you got to beat all the dudes invading this town. All right, I've beaten all the dudes, and all my allies are just sort of like standing around, like they're still ready to fight. And I'm like, okay, I think this probably should have triggered a cutscene by now. I'm like running up and down the streets, waiting for what to do. I'm like jumping on my guys to try and get one of them to like trigger it or get out of their like battle function or something like that. Can't do it. Reload the last save, beat the last guy, immediately launches into a cutscene. I was like, okay, yeah.
Bummer.
And then the other like really rough one I had was that you go to like this third zone at some point in the game, and they don't give you much warning as to like how strong you should be before you go there. And I went there and promptly got my ass kicked. Got my fucking teeth ripped out, man. That place was rough.
No. It wasn't good for you, huh?
It was not great. I got my butt kicked.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, oh, okay, let me, they've been auto-saving fairly frequent enough. Let me load one of these saves. And so I click an older save, and it reloads me into the same spot that I was just in. I was like, huh, curious. That's not the place it said it was going to load, and then loaded it again, just started me right back at the same mission. I was like, no, that's not, that's not the place I wanted to go. Close the game, shut it down, bring it back up, load that one that I was trying to get to, and it loads to an entirely different place that was not in either of those saves.
Whoa.
Like, what is happening here?
Weird.
And then have to dip back a few more saves to the place where the cutscene didn't trigger to do it again.
Damn.
So some wild stuff, really having to kind of move around Assassin's Creed to make it work right.
You're kind of having like the blow in the cartridge, essentially.
Pretty much. That is what's happening right now. I'm really having to sort of tinker with the game to make it go good.
Rough.
But the rest of it's good. The game is fun still. Yeah, it's very odd going back and forth between this and Demon Souls, because Demon Souls is like, it plays a little similar, right? Like the
dodging, slashing.
Yeah, exactly. The attacks being mapped to R1 and R2 and like that sort of style of combat. But this one is so much more forgiving. Like the parry window in Valhalla is huge. You can just like hit L1 every now and then you'll probably parry whoever you need to do.
Keep spamming it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier of a game to play through. But that's not a bad thing. It's just, easier by comparison.
Sure.
I have been playing a little bit of Miles Morales. I'll say that that's probably the one I've been playing the least of, just because I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between Valhalla and Demon Souls primarily.
Sure.
It's great though. It's a good game so far. It's Spider-Man, man. If you liked that last one, you're gonna like this one.
Sure. Yeah, it's more of the same.
Yeah. Definitely still good though, right? Like it's not like it. I guess when I think of more of the same with games, I think like, it's going to be boring or something that I've already seen.
Sure.
And like the city's a little bit like that, but the story is just immediately something different, right? So it's more interesting to me than I thought it was going to be, I guess I should say.
Is it weird to have the new Spider-Man model in there?
Meaning like Miles himself?
No.
Peter, yeah.
How they changed Peter.
I had a much less intense reaction to them changing Peter than the internet did. I was like, okay, it's another white dude. Like it looked so similar to me, and I get that those are two different people, but it's like, I don't know, like neither of these dudes look like the actors, and like I didn't have a problem with that.
I don't know. They just made him look like Tom Holland, I felt like.
I was about to say, like, the new one I think is taking after Tom Holland, but like, I don't know, dude, I like Tom Holland. I don't care. Make him look like whatever the fuck you care about. I don't know. It didn't bother me that much.
Make him look like a spider for all I care.
I don't give a hoot. So it's a little odd, but at no point, like, it's been long enough to the point where I was like, maybe this is what he looks like. I don't fucking know. I don't know what these people look like. So that's cool. The costumes are fucking great. The music is really good. Like, I feel like in the last one, it was very much just like, it's superhero music. Like that sort of stuff.
Horns.
The music is a lot better in this one.
What's different about it?
It's a little bit more like hip hop inspired, I think. It plays out a lot like, what's it called? Into the Spider-Verse does.
Sure.
Where it's like used as a way to characterize where Miles is a lot of the time. And so that's cool. I like that. Also, Miles Morales is just like such a likable character. They've written him very well in this one.
Yeah, I do like his character in that game.
Yeah, it's easy to like him. He's like just kind of a geeky dude. So it's nice. So that game is good. I'll probably have more thoughts on it when I'm deeper into it. And then Demon Souls, baby. We're in it.
Is it hard still?
It's still kicking my ass. I like go on the internet sometimes and I'll see people's takes about this game. They're like, oh, this is the easiest FromSoft game. I'm like, guys, I'm getting my ass kicked over here. Oh, this boss only took me 4 tries. Dude, I'm on my 20th and I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm getting my hair ripped out by this fucking spider over and over and over again.
I don't need your humble brags about your gaming prowess right now,
flex,
bro.
Man. I'm getting my shit kicked in. I don't need this. So yeah, it's still fun. The graphical upgrade is like something to behold. Like it looks so good, and like the visual style of every FromSoft game is just so wild and crazy. Mm-hmm. Like all these huge gothic structures and stuff like that are just so cool to look at.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So I really like the level design in there or like maybe not the level design, but the aesthetic of the levels is really cool. The actual levels themselves play out a little bit more like a traditional like game. Like it reminds me of like Crash Bandicoot Warped, where you go into like different worlds and like there's different paths on each of those worlds.
Sure. Like
there's essentially like world 1-1 and then 1-2 and then 2-1 and all that sort of stuff. And you're not really forced to go in any sort of order. So, if you get stuck in one place, you can kind of go try another until you get, strong enough. Or maybe there's enemies over there that are easier for you to deal with or whatever. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of anything else that I have to say about that one. I'm not really. It's Demon Souls. Like it looks very good. It's very difficult and bosses are fun.
Nice. Very cool. If you could recommend one for someone who's going to buy a PlayStation 5, which one would you recommend?
Is it for you? Or are we just talking about you, David?
I'm talking about just the general population, Chase. Anybody.
Because I wouldn't recommend Demon Souls as just like someone who's like, I want to have a good time in video games. Because
like little Timmy down the street, you wouldn't recommend him Demon Souls.
Don't play this game, Timmy. This game is really hard and obtuse in a lot of ways.
Timmy wants to get good, baby.
If Timmy wants to get good, then get up in Demon Souls. But you should really read a wiki before you get in there because it has such a light touch. It tells you jack shit about how to play the game.
What did you spell? Oblique last week? Is that what you said?
It's very oblique, yeah. It doesn't describe a lot of the mechanics of the video game at all. Mm-hmm. And so much so that, like, I had played Demon Souls on PlayStation 3. I think I got it through Gamefly at some point. Mm-hmm. And got so not far into the game. Like, I got to the part that I was at on PS3 maybe within an hour of playing this game. Mm-hmm. Not far at all. Essentially past, like, the first boss. And I think that was just a consequence of, like, I don't know how to play this game. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Because there really isn't, like, A, there's not a right way to do it. But B, you can make it a lot harder on yourself if you, like, want to.
Sure.
Really unknowingly. I think the biggest sort of problem that I had with it was, unlike other Dark Souls games, when you die, your health pool is limited a little bit until you get your body back. And to get your body back, you need like to beat a boss or to use one of these very limited items that you get a hold of. And I thought I was doing something wrong because I was like, why would they hold back part of your like life pool this intentionally? And that's just Demon Souls. It's just fucking hard, and that's what it is. And like, for all intents and purposes, you have to play like that is your health pool, or at least I do, because I get killed fairly frequently. And so I think I bounced off of it because I was like, I don't think I'm playing this game right, and it is so hard and explains so little to me that I think I just don't want to do it.
Damn.
It wasn't until I got to Bloodborne that they were like, okay, here you go, here's a little bit more like streamlined of a package. And even so, like, even in Dark Souls, they I don't know if you played that one very much at all, but they have the like Estus flask, your like healing item.
Yeah.
And it refreshes every time you either die or go to one of the bonfires. And this game does not have that. It just has like healing items. And a consequences of that is that if you are not good enough, you can just eat up all your healing items in like one run trying to stay alive. And then you have none for the next one. And so there's like these waves of difficulty where it's like, I think I'm getting better. I use all of my healing items, and then I fall into a pit where I have no healing items, and I have to run through this one section without getting hit at all. And then by the time I'm done with that, I'm much better at the game because I figured out how to play it a lot better. And then I get a couple of healing items, I get confident, and then I get my ass kicked again. So like it's
a vicious cycle.
Yeah, whereas in Dark Souls, it's like you know how much healing you have. And so if you're not getting to the boss with enough healing, you have to say to yourself, either I'm under-leveled or I'm not playing right. Whereas in this one, it's like, maybe I should just try and like cheese it and get through. And like, maybe I'll be able to beat the boss. So I don't know. It's it shows its age a little bit, but it's still a phenomenal game if you're into those kinds of games.
Okay.
I think if I was going to recommend one of these, Miles Morales is really good. It's like very representative of the console shift. They're correct in that I don't really notice load times at all. The visual style of the game is incredible. It has two like modes in it, like visual mode.
Yeah.
And which runs at 30 frames per second, and then like performance mode, which will run at 60. And so you can see like when something's really running beautifully how good it looks. And then when something is like running at 60 frames per second, also how good that looks. So it's you can kind of get the best of both worlds. Plus the web slinging is fucking great.
Of course. Web slinging is so good in those games.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So yeah, probably that one. And you can play Valhalla on other consoles too, so it's not like you need to get the next gen for this.
Very true. Very true.
It does make the loading times a lot more bearable though. On PlayStation 4, it was like
pretty bad.
30 seconds to a minute of loading. This one's like maybe 3 or 4.
Ooh, damn.
It's a significant reduction. Like you just barely notice it. So yeah, anyway, this will bring me to my Podtimistic thing, David.
Oh, let's hear it.
It is this weird fucking video game called Astro's Playroom that ships with the PlayStation 5.
I've heard that's really good.
It's a very good platformer. It feels very good to play. Uh-huh. It also, like, the point of the game is that you're this little dude Astro essentially exploring the PlayStation hardware.
Okay.
Like all of it's you have like a CPU level and you have a GPU level.
Oh, that's very
like
meta.
An SSD level. Yeah, I mean, like, none of it's very representative of what those things actually mean, but like, you know, those are the levels you're going into. Uh-huh. And any given levels just packed with these like collectibles from Sony's history. Like you can go and find like a PlayStation 2 memory card, and it's like this wildly accurate 3D rendering of a memory card.
Oh man, memory cards.
It's horrible.
What a thing of the past. God.
There's also a bunch of other references to other Sony video games in there. Like they have all these little Astro robots running around through the levels, and it's like, it's kind of subtle of like the references sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. Other times it's like, okay, that's just Nathan Drake over there as a robot. But it's genuinely pretty fun to like go around in these levels, like exploring and seeing like what little references they'll put in there, because it feels like a children's game. But you know, there's a reference to like Silent Hill 2. Like there was a what's it called, a pyramid head looking robot over there, like dragging somebody
Astro's
around.
Playroom?
Like, yeah, exactly.
Whoa, gets a little dark.
It is a little dark, but it's like, you know, it's in a happy-go-lucky level where they're singing about GPUs and stuff, so it's goofy. What other stuff was there? I mean, there's your standard, like, Crash Bandicoot that was in there. I think there was, like, a Spyro reference, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. There was definitely just, like, the backpack from Death Stranding on one of the Astrobots, which is really, really funny. So, yeah, that was a genuine kind of joy to go in there and explore. So, yeah, that's my Podtimistic thing. It's a fun little game.
Nice. Very cool.
Do you have anything fueling your sense of Podtimism this week, David?
Fueling my sense of Podtimismo. My Podtimistic thing of the week is the headphone jack and controllers.
Yeah, true.
It's a great thing.
That's a great thing. I haven't even thought about this. This is a good one.
That's one of my favorite things about the new PlayStation, or now the old PlayStation.
Yeah, no, the grandpa PlayStation.
The grandpa PlayStation is that headphone jack, baby.
It's really, really useful in a way that I sort of wasn't expecting, and is very underplayed.
It really is. And it's just especially because now Mallory and I have moved to a different place, so there's just more shared space than our last spot. Mm-hmm. It's just so nice to be able to have her do her thing, and then I just plug in my headphones, and it's just, I don't have to worry about turning it down, bothering her, anything like that, and I can hear everything crystal clear over my Sony headphones.
It does, the audio quality is pretty significantly better with headphones on. I definitely noticed that.
Always.
Like, damn, I can hear like the whole forest around me right now. It's so crazy.
Mm-hmm. I can hear the whole forest. I can hear all the creepy things going on in Control.
Yeah.
All the whispers in my ears of the hiss, you know. It's great. But that's definitely something that I'm very grateful for.
Hell yeah.
Most of the time when I play video games, because I'd say that's normally how I play a game, is with headphones on nowadays.
Yeah. I definitely take this for granted. Like, it wasn't that long ago where that was not a feature of any of these consoles.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't even plug into like your TV. That wasn't a feature of TVs either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So you had to have it coming out of a sound bar or the TV itself.
It's just like, how am I supposed to experience Kratos's sad, tragic story?
What about his dad shouts? I need to hear his dad shouts.
When my father is making dinner in the next room over, like super fucking loud.
Or my real dad shouts are happening in the other room.
This was before he was dad, though. I'm talking like PS2 era.
I thought you were talking about your father. I was like, David, how were you able to witness your father before he was a dad? How did this come to pass?
Through the power of imagination?
Gaming!
Through the power of gaming. Anything is possible with the gaming.
Isn't that like the actual theme of the new systems. Anything is possible or something with the PlayStation 5.
It's like play your way. Imagination is cool.
Play has no limits, David. Play has no limits to the point where you were able to go back and witness your dad being a dad before he was a dad.
So this is the power of Ultra Instinct. I've broken through my limits once again. Reached a new level of dad.
Oh, God. Would you like to move on to our main thing?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Cool. So we were going to do some sort of debrief, some sort of good games segment about Cooking Mama Cookstar for Thanksgiving.
It ain't anywhere.
It ain't anywhere.
It's gone.
It's gone. I swear to God, I saw this video game on the eShop at some point. I'm pretty sure it was there.
I'm sure it was.
And then we looked. The software is gone. I'm wondering if this is some kind of Mandela effect where, like, I thought it had released and maybe I lived in that alternate reality for a little while. But now it is gone. But now that we live in a reality where it has never released
It released, though. It was out.
It is. There's physical versions, but no digital downloads.
Well, wasn't it like they couldn't they just couldn't like take the physical version out of the wild?
That's what I thought, but like we had done a podcast about this and talked about it.
Yeah.
And then I think the next week I was like, oh, I think it's just out on the digital store now. Apparently not so.
It's all a lie.
So it was all a lie. So we were going to do that, but apparently God has cursed us into a Cooking Mama-less world. And now we're going to do another segment.
We're cooking orphans.
We're cooking orphans, goddammit. Who will teach us how to cook, if not Cooking Mama?
Mama,
where have you gone? So, you know, it's the Millennial Countdown section.
Hey, you won't believe number 5.
Where we count down some nonsense and make a big deal out of it, I guess. I haven't come up with a tagline for this one yet.
Stereotypical millennials making a list.
You know what it is. You've been on the internet. You know what this is.
Yeah, it's our BuzzFeed section.
It's our BuzzFeed section.
BudFeed?
Budfeed.com is this section here.
What is it? What would that even be?
Just buds feeding out together.
Buds.
Budfeed. It's either Budfeed.com is either fertilizer for your marijuana grow operation, or it is catering for bros that eat out of like a whole trough. Budfeed.
Budfeed. Dude, bros would be so down if there was just like a trough of hamburgers.
Yeah, I feel like Budfeed might be a thing. Like if you could deliver that to some sort of nasty
frat house.
Yeah, frat house. You can do like, $200 for our entry-level Budfeed starter package. It's a trough of burgers. You just get your mouth all up in there. Very COVID safe.
What's the top? Is it like a trough of like filet mignon or something? A trough of caviar.
I feel like it's still got to be a little shitty, being that it is Budfeed.
It could be like a flank steak.
Sure, yeah, like maybe a cheaper cut of meat, but still good, right? Like it's still tasty. You can make that good.
Maybe like a ribeye. Are you the target audience for Budfeed?
It is me. I have made this company for my own benefit.
For me and my buds.
We are going to count down in honor of the observance of an eating-themed holiday coming up. You know the one. We're going to count down the 5 best foods that we would just chow down on from video games. Which of these foods did you just want to eat but couldn't get your fucking fingies on them?
My fingies. My fingies want these tendies.
So we've come up with 5 foods, and we're gonna talk about these. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay, great. The first one, David. First food that I would just love to take a bite out of, just to kind of see. Kind of want to try this. It's the turkey leg from Castlevania.
From Castlevania?
When you blast open, when you hit the wall at just the right spot and a fucking whole ass turkey dinner looking thing comes out of the wall.
A whole ass turkey just comes out.
It's looking good. It's looking tasty. It's looking steamy. I want to eat one of those. Why is it in there? I don't know, but is wall meat something that I need to try?
If you have a castle and you're a vampire, wall meat is definitely just part of the decor of the place. You're not actually supposed to eat it. It's like decorative towels. So Dracula's like, why the fuck is this guy eating my wall meat?
Those aren't for eating.
It's not for eating. That's just for decorations, you weirdo.
It's the decorative towels or pillows of Dracula's castle.
Yeah. It's just some wall meat.
You uncultured swine. Those aren't what those are for.
This is why Dracula's like, I gotta go around killing these damn peasants again. They keep on coming in here and eating my wall meat.
Stealing my decor. I don't want you guys to take that.
They're slobs. So it's like, you busted down this wall. There's like plaster and rubble in this meat now, and you just want to eat it.
I get you, Dracula.
And I would eat it. It
always looks so steamy. Why does it look so delicious?
Do you like steamy meat?
It makes it look appetizing. Like if he busted open the wall and it's cold, old turkey, I don't know if I want to eat that. Steamy? Has it been cooking in there? Are the walls heated to the point where turkey is coming out like perfect temp, juicy, moist turk? I don't know.
Moist turk.
Moist turk?
No, definitely Dracula has central heating in his castle, so those walls are pretty warm.
They're emanating heat. Yeah,
pretty
that's how
warm.
he heats the place. Yeah, sure.
He doesn't. He uses the turkey to heat the castle.
That's a heat-bearing wall, actually.
It's like, all these peasants are eating my turkeys. It's so cold in here now.
My electricity bill's going up the fucking wall. It's going to be so expensive this month.
It's the way that he reduces his carbon footprint.
By increasing his turkey footprint in the wall.
Yeah, there you go.
What's your first one, David?
My first one is a tasty, tasty chicken sandwich from The Witcher 3.
Ooh, okay. Yes.
I just love killing bandits, taking their chicken sandwiches, and then going into a fight with a monster, almost dying, and then just eating like 5 in a row. Real quick, just in the middle of a battle. They're so snackable.
It is the implication of any of these RPGs where you're eating food during battle is a very wild visage. Yeah, just slamming sandwiches.
I'm almost dead. I need this sandwich.
Get into a fist fight with another man and like, give me a moment. I need to eat my chili.
Yeah.
I have power chili. That's going to let me punch you real good.
Let me just eat this honeycomb really quick. Hold on. It's really sticky, but it's okay.
It's going to restore my hearts, my notes. That was my best banjo. That was mostly a goofy.
That was very close to your goofy. It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 5, I guess.
I wonder what kind of chicken bandits are rocking in The Witcher. What kind of chicken sando is this?
I don't think it's anything good. I mean, I think it's just like a chicken breast, yeah.
It's a little more disconcerting that they're carrying it around in their pants.
Yeah.
Like they've got like a sword, some gold, and then a fully formed chicken sandwich. So the screenshot from the game appears to just be a whole chicken breast.
It looks like a grilled chicken breast. With I think there's like a little, probably like some bread underneath it. It looks like.
I suppose so. They've got really good grill marks on this chicken.
It looks well grilled.
I'm a little impressed.
It looks well grilled for sure.
Bandits have got their fucking cooking game down.
Hey, you got a lot of time on your hand when you're out just waiting for people to walk by and take their stuff.
So yeah, we're gonna rob whoever comes up next. By the way, I got an amazing new meat thermometer. It really allows me to monitor my meat cooking very well. It comes out juicy and tender each time. Okay, my number 2, David.
Okay. Wait, is your number 2 or your number 4? Are we counting down?
Yeah, let's count down. So let's say this is my number 4.
Okay, let's hear it.
It is. I want to try it so bad. They made it look so good. Mm-hmm. It's that delicious blue sea salt ice cream.
You son of a bitch.
From Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
that's on mine as well. So good.
Yeah, they're just slurping down on it.
Oh my god, make it look delicious.
Yep.
The shape, the color. They also always do it when it's like a very sentimental moment, and like,
do 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 do. And then they're just sucking on a popsicle or ice cream.
A whole vibe.
Why they call it ice cream when it's clearly a popsicle? By the way,
I'm not sure. I'm wondering if there's some sort of translation thing. If like that is what ice cream is called. Even popsicles are called ice cream. I'm unclear.
All popsicles are ice cream in Japan.
I will say there's a popsicle like place near us in Seattle. And I've definitely gone over. They just
do popsicles?
It's mostly popsicles. Like they have like ice cream popsicles, right? Where it's like there's chocolate and then it can get like dipped in something. It's pretty good. But it's marketed. I think it's a popsicle place.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyway, I've gone there with Em and definitely have, we're eating popsicles and I'm thinking Simple and clean is the way you make me feel tonight in my head. But I can't possibly say that.
So
Can't really share in that moment.
She'd be like, "What are you talking about?" See, this is why you need your bro. I'll go to a popsicle shop with you, baby.
What are these two grown men doing on our roof eating popsicles?
Hey, this is Budsicles, all right? It's the offshoot
I
of
can't
Bud
eat
Feed.
it on the ground. That's not canonical. They're always on the roof.
Staring off languidly into the distance. Crushing
Are
sense
you a
of
heartless?
ennui.
I'll never let you take my heart. We're gonna call the police, sir.
Oh, man.
You'll never take Kyrie's heart.
Maybe we should call the psychiatrist, actually.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. No, I want one in Pops, man. It looked good.
Yeah, that was my number 3.
Nice. Okay,
That's my
cool.
number 3.
What is your number 4?
My number 4 is eggs from Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh, okay.
Remember those eggs?
Yes, I think. Yes.
So it's just they're just frying up some eggs and all those weird in between cut scenes that little girl Sunny is making them.
Oh my god, yeah, and they're so wildly realistic.
Yeah, I think they were just it was just actual footage of eggs. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but
I don't know.
I remember looking at them like, man, I'm hungry. I want some eggs.
Them things be thangin'. They look good.
Them things being thangin'.
Wow, what a pull. I did not remember about this. They had the little duck timer thing.
They sure did. I forgot about the duck.
I'm watching videos of it. It is very unclear whether or not this is a real egg or not.
It's a photo. It's either a real egg or a photorealistic representation of an egg.
I gotta agree with you there. It looks like a tasty egg.
Looks like a tasty egg, right?
Do you want to hear my number 3, David?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, you've just saved your grandma from certain doom.
Uh-huh.
And she hands you a bottle, and you hold it towards the sky.
Okay, yeah.
A sound plays. Gwah, 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 gwah. You got elixir soup from Grandma.
Elixir soup from Grandma. Okay. That's from Wind Waker, right?
This is from Wind Waker. Look at that shit.
It doesn't look... What is that? Like a butternut squash soup?
Something like that. I love that there is some sort of parsley on top of this.
Some sort of grandma loving in there.
It's so elevated for a soup in a bottle. I love that soup in a bottle is
elevated grandmother's soup.
I've made deconstructed grandma's soup, is what they would call it on Chopped, I guess.
It's just a squash. It's a raw
Sir,
squash.
you've made squash in a bottle. Man, this looks good. I think whenever something mechanically says this soup will restore every heart of yours, I have to assume it tastes so fucking good that it will bring you back from the brink of death.
No,
so
yeah, it's got grandma's loving in it. That's a special type of food. You only have so many chances in your life to eat something like that, you know?
It's fucking true. Savor the soup, man.
Savor the soup. Just leave one drop in there. One drop.
And then make soup from that one drops. And then never leave that one drop.
Become a millionaire.
Yeah, man, this looks... Oh, I want grandma's soup real bad. Looks good.
Grandma's soup sounds like a euphemism for something.
Hey, you want me to take you out for grandma's soup later? I don't want to take somebody out for grandma's soup. That's not great.
Grandma's soup kitchen.
Yeah, so that's my number 3.
That's good.
Your number 3 was also sea salt ice cream, correct?
But I'm putting in one of my honorable mentions for number 3 now.
Sure. Yeah.
It is a rare candy.
Ooh, what a pull. I have wanted to taste a rare candy before.
Right? Imagine how good that candy must be to make you go up a whole level.
An entire level with no questions asked. If you're level 99 with so much experience left to get, it's still I got you. We're going to get to 100.
Yeah, you're good. You got a rare candy. This candy isn't an ordinary candy.
I imagined it so incredibly sweet whenever I think about this candy. Without being too rich, just very sugary.
Oh yeah, it's probably like a jawbreaker or something.
Oh man, this is true. I can't believe I didn't think about this.
It's a good one, right?
What do you think would happen if I ate a rare candy, David?
You would probably grow a tail.
A tail? Oh my god, so I would evolve.
Yeah, you would grow a prehensile tail.
I'm not sure if this is a good thing. It's going to mean buying pants is a real issue from now on.
But it's like a Saiyan tail, so you can just wrap it around your body.
Oh, but I still have to cut a tail hole in all of my geese. Is that what those are called?
Yeah.
My
your
my
yeet.
workout, my pants. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can always get it removed if you want.
But that would seem, I don't know, like I'm sort of throwing away a gift.
I mean, that's probably what some people would say. Other people would say, look at that freak with a tail.
Look at the strange man with a tail, and then I'd say, hey, I can hang by a tree with this.
Although, it's 2020 now. Maybe they would accept you better if you were okay.
I would hope so. Because a tail is a pretty wild sight. I will say, like a fully formed furry tail. Mm-hmm. That's gonna take some people by surprise. But
it could definitely help with a lot of things.
Yeah. The way they describe it in Dragon Ball Z, the way they portray this tail, it does seem particularly useful and like dexterous. Like they can hold things pretty frequently with the tail.
Yeah.
Do you think I would also get the power of turning into a giant ape whenever there's like a full moon or whatever?
You'd need at least like 10 more rare candies to get that.
Okay. What do I turn into when I just have the one?
You just get a tail. That's it. You don't turn into anything.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it would just be like me with like a little bit more hair, or like I just turn into like a drunk dude.
You just grow a mustache.
Ah!
You grow a mustache and you're just like a little bit more pissed off about things.
I do that sometimes now.
You just
sometimes grow a mustache, and I'm sometimes irritable. So it seems pretty normal.
You just become a Trump supporter.
Oh man.
Hey, got him.
Get your fucking president out the goddamn White House. We're gonna kick him out. Cool. Okay, great.
That was my one of my honorable mentions.
Sure. My number 2, David.
Let's hear it.
It is every single food in Final Fantasy 15.
Every single one?
Have you seen the foods in Final Fantasy 15?
No.
I have a video to show you. Look at these fucking photorealistic, delicious ass looking foods.
You had this just ready to go.
Because I had assumed that you probably hadn't seen this. This is kind of a deep cut. I'm saying, man, they put these things down sometimes. I'm like, ooh.
Dish and chips.
I want those dish and chips.
It's just pickles and chip and fries?
I guess so.
Oh, damn. The jiggle on that stew.
I know, yeah, the soup was very good.
Dry aged tender beef stew.
So whenever you go to like camp in Final Fantasy 15, look at how good that fucking katsu looks. Holy shit.
Damn. Yeah, that looks good. I'd eat that.
I bet they hired a person specifically for this job because there is 12 straight minutes. There's 12 straight minutes of this.
Oh my god.
So in Final Fantasy 15, whenever you camp, I can't remember which dude it is, but one of the guys like cooks you dinner, and they always put these things down, this like wildly detailed food. And so whenever you're like, yeah, I guess I'll make some seasoned Midgardsamar looking skewers, and then you make it, and it's just like text, and then they put down this crazy detailed food that you're like, oh my god, this looks delicious.
Damn, that's impressive. There's something about, I think, Japanese games where they're really big on food.
Yeah.
Like the most recent Monster Hunter as well, when that cat would make you like the most delicious looking foods ever.
It's true.
Like the big old pieces of meat. And like also, Zelda, the most recent Zelda, right? That one had a lot of good looking food in it too.
That's true. I was tempted to bring one of those, but I couldn't like pull one out of a hat.
Yeah, exactly. I had the same issue.
But it looks so appetizing and delicious in this game. What's your number 2, David?
My number 2 is a mushroom from Mario.
True. I really do want to eat one. What'd it do?
It's not that it looks super appetizing. I just wanna experience mushroom powers.
I both want to experience mushroom powers, and I think I also want to taste what this thing is like.
Yeah, is it good? Is it like nasty acidic? Is it gonna make my stomach hurt?
I sort of assume that it's sweet. I don't know why I assume that, but
sweet. Yeah,
whenever I see him eating it, I think of him biting into it like some sort of candy. It's very vanilla-y, maybe like chalky almost.
Maybe it's like a cake almost.
Kinda, yeah, like squishy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, what is that? What's that gonna do?
What would it do to me?
You gonna become big, David?
Oh man, I'm already kind of big.
If this is small David right now, and I eat a mushroom and become big David,
I don't want to see what big David is.
I mean, I'm going straight to the league then, baby. Sign me up. Put me in its center. I'll crush you.
Guys, don't worry. These are not performance-enhancing drugs. I'm just taking these mushrooms to make my body about 10% bigger than it already was.
Big David now. Won't you just Big David?
I have animorphed into my true form.
Animorphed. Oh my god. I would be okay with that. I'd be okay if it made me animorph into something.
Absolutely tangential. What's your animorph morph into? What's your animal that you're going to turn into?
Ooh. My heart says grizzly bear.
That's okay. That can be your answer. It's good.
They run fast.
Faster than you would think.
And they climb fast. And they just...
Yeah. They gonna get you.
They gonna sleep. They gonna get you. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. They fight Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, true. Punch him around real good.
Oh, yeah. What about you? What's yours?
See, I want to be something cool, but I bet I would be like a fish. I bet I animorph into a fish.
I think you get to choose, don't you? Isn't that how it works?
I don't know. I don't remember at all.
You touch an animal or something and you can become it. That's how it works.
Okay, animorph lore. That is a Google search I'm gonna bring up right now. Let's see. The story revolves around 5 humans and 1 alien, Aximili Asgaroth Athisiel, nicknamed Axe, who obtain the ability to transform into any animal they touch, naming themselves Animorphs, a portmanteau of animal morphers. They use their ability to battle a secret alien infiltration of Earth by a parasitic race of aliens resembling large slugs called Yeerks. Yeerks? There's so 2 bad. E's. There's 2 E's in there. That can take any living creature as a host by endangering and merging their brain through the ear canal. Oh,
yeah.
Amorphs fight as a guerrilla force against the Yeerks, who are led by Vizier 3. So yeah, you were right. Whenever you touch an animal, you can turn into it. I still think I'm probably going to fuck it up.
I was about to say, I think that still means that we have to be an animal that you can touch. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be able to touch a grizzly bear.
It's going to be a challenge. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah. So maybe like a good dog. I'd be a good dog. You can get away with so much if you're a good dog. People love dogs here.
You could get away with murder. Real murder.
You trying to kill somebody?
I mean, I gotta fucking defend the Earth from the Yeerks, David. David, the number 1 food that I would have liked to eaten. It's from the minigame Mario Party 2, 3.
Oh,
called Eats a Pizza.
Pizza. You always eat pizza. That's your thing.
So here's the difference, though. In Eats a Pizza, you're propelled by the force of your bite to eat a 4 to 5 Donkey Kong-sized pizza. Like you are eating your weight in pizza.
I need the 5 donkey size, please.
Yeah, it is a humanoid-sized pizza, and they just chomp that thing down. The sounds they make on that pizza, that's delicious.
Goodness.
I think really what's going on here is that I want the permission to eat man-sized pizza.
I think that's what it sounds like. You just want to eat a pizza the size of your body.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with.
And for someone to scream at the end of it that I have won, and then they give me 10 coins.
What's the biggest pizza you've ever seen in your life?
I feel like a lot of pizzas, the upper limit for pizza, I think, is a pretty similar range. Like a big pizza. I don't know that I've seen a comically large pizza before.
I have.
Oh. You said that with such confidence, like you were just having like a Vietnam flashback. What happened just now?
In Houston. There was a New York pizza place.
Sure.
And people would get it for like birthdays or gatherings. And it would literally be like, I don't even know, 60-something pieces of pizza.
Wow. That's a lot of pizza.
It was a massive pizza pie. I forget how big it was. I don't know if that place even exists anymore.
Pizza that size, how are they going to make it for everybody? That's to run themselves out of business. So like 2 or 3 of those and you got a stew going, baby.
Baby, you got a stew going.
Okay.
Good.
David, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is the cake from Portal.
Because it looks good or because you want it? Do you want it to be fulfilled?
Both. I just love a delicious looking chocolate cake.
Yeah, it does look very good, I will say.
I don't want it to be a lie. I just want to eat it.
You could probably eat this cake. It's probably out there somewhere.
It totally is, but the fact that it gets denied.
Yeah, sure.
Denied. I get denied the cake, and I hate getting denied cake. I want the cake. Give me the cake, baby. I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to eat here.
Yeah, that's fair. It does look pretty good, I will say.
Right?
There's strawberries on this cake, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like strawberries, chocolate cake with strawberries, and like whipped cream on top.
Yeah,
Mixture.
no, I would like this. It's a similar effect to whenever I watch Great British Bake Off, and I'm like, God damn, some of these things look delicious.
Oh, it might be raspberries on top, actually, or cherries.
That's
Cherries,
fine.
yeah.
Either way.
It's cherries.
Red fruit.
Yeah, and it looks like it has a chocolate, like, flakes on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get down. I can get down with that.
Damn, yeah, that looks good. Now I want some cake. Fuck.
Well, hell yeah, those are some delicious game foods. If y'all want to tell us your game foods that you want to eat, did we miss yours? Tell us. Do it. Come tell us on Twitter or on our email, I guess.
Are we on Twitter?
We're on Twitter. I've checked it. I've updated our MySpace, and it appears that we are on Twitter. Our MySpace just redirects to our Twitter.
Or MySpace? Oh, man.
Yeah,
Isn't MySpace just for, like, bands now?
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should make one, though.
What will we put on there?
Our pods. Yeah, if you want to support the show, you can do that by reviewing it on Apple Podcasts. And if you do, we'll give you a little shout out. Again, got another 5-star.
Ooh.
No words on that one, but another 5-star. Thank you, whoever you are.
5-star.
5-star.
Do they have a username?
Nope.
Just an
It just says we
anonymous.
Well, it doesn't say like left review. There's just another count of a 5-star.
How many do we have?
I'll leave that for you to find out. Anyway, do you have any like gaming wisdom you can break me off with a little bit?
I can, and I do.
Give me a little bit. What you got, buddy? What you got?
So, if you don't have a next generation console,
True.
it's okay.
Yeah,
It will come.
it will.
In the meantime, do something productive. Watch some Food Network. Watch some Great British Bake Off. Bake a cake.
Productive.
Make a quesadilla.
Bake a cake.
Learn a new skill. Because once you get that new console, that's the only thing you're going to want to do. So take this
You
time.
will not be productive.
You will not be productive. You'll try to interact with your real world with the DualSense controller, and people won't like you anymore.
I was trying to make this podcast with the L2 and R2 buttons pretty frequently. And it's not doing what I wanted to.
It's already happening. So be proactive. Learn how to make a good cake so that you can bake it to apologize to people for your
absence in their life.
Your absence from their life, and trying to interact with them through a plastic peripheral.
I get it, man. I get it. That's some good advice. I'll take that one with me.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately enough, it is too late for me. I have crossed into the great beyond. Now I am a absolutely useless member of society.
Yeah, you've gone to join the great Donkey Kong in the sky.
Donkey God?
Donkey
DG.
Donkey God. Gotti Kong.
Jesus Kong?
Donkey Jesus.
None of this is good. None of this is usable content.
Now with a funky mode.
Heaven, now with new funky mode.